Thank you, Balaji. Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Parampara. Om Sakana Bhavatu Sakana Punattu Sakaviryam Karavavagai Tejasvina Vadidumastuma Vitvishavagayi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good morning. We are looking at the first mantra of Isopanishad. In the last class, we've gone through the literary meaning and the Tattvartha based on Shankara's Bhashya. So we just recap it today and then move on to the next one. So, Isavasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bunchita magritaha kasya viddhanam. With using the mantra bhashya of Bhagavan Shankara, we took the meaning of this mantra to be an instruction to the mumukshu. Following the Shantipada, Purnamataha, Purnamitam, the assertion of Purnamataha, the Brahman, the Ishvaran is Purnam, where we have no doubt, we agreed as an Astika. But when it says Purnam Itam, this is Purnam, which includes me, my blemishes, my limitations, also to Purnam. We accepted in Shraddha, but we contemplate in samsaya, in doubt. So to continue that discussion, to clarify the doubt, the first mantra of Isavasyam started bringing the Ishvara from the other Purnamada to Purnamitam. It says, Idam Isha Vasyam. Some people translate to Isha Vasam because it's quite easy to say. Vasam is tenancy, living somewhere, indwelling. It may give a good meaning, but it is not that. It is Isha Vasyam. Vasyam means to be covered. How can you cover the world with the Ishvara? Then we started understanding the internal meaning. Because you see, Upanishad, you cannot just because you know Sanskrit or Vyakaranam or dictionaries, you have help, you can get the meaning of it. You need to have Acharyas, Bhashyakaras, who have gone through the Tattva Nirupanam, Anubhuti, and we should take from them. So he explained to us, Sarvam, everything that you see, Yat Kinchad, even at the smallest part of it, of where? Jagatyam Jagate. Isa Jagat means that Jayate, Gachati, iti Jagat. What comes, what goes, which means all changes in the world. That's it, the two phrases, Jagatyam Jagat. Everything that manifests and manifests, everything goes, comes and goes. In other words, my world, my possession, the so-called myself. Everything is sarvam. It's all this is what? Is the instruction is you cover all these things with Isavasya. Isavasya means to cover, the root is vas. Vas is a root. Eventually, the Dhatupadam gives Achadniyam, to cover, Vastram, to cover. To cover the everything that you see with the Ishvara's Jnanam, Ishvara Jnanam. So the Jnanam is implicit. That means by understanding about Ishvara, how do you understand the Ishvara? Purnamadaha. So there are a lot of vichara. If Ishvara is a karna karta, how was it the karnam? Is the nimitta karnam or upatana karnam? All that vicharam you do. We come to the conclusion, the causeless cause, the Ishvara, is all pervading. Vishnu, all pervading. Auspicious, Shivam, indwelling, Andaryami. So this Andaryami means what? Andar Yamanam Karoti iti Andaryami. Yamanam means one who controls. Yaman, the Yaman controls us. That's what we call Yaman. One who controls. But who controls you inside? Andar Yamanam Karoti. Who is inside doing the controlling of your life is the Atma, that is Ishvara. So, how do I cover with this? What do you mean by covering with that? Covering with that means, let that be seen as Ishvara. How can you cover and see? You uncover and see, right? How can you cover and see? That you have to understand. The import is, you cover what you have been creating by yourself. Because you as a Pasha Brahman, you as a Jiva, the indwelling Atma, you have the capacity to create. You create Jiva Srishti. This is why Narajanmam Durlabham. See, you take a sheep to a butcher's shop, yeah? You take 2 sheep and one he takes it and slaughters it in front of you. You get some money. What does the next sheep do? Does it run away? No. It does not bhayam. It doesn't know it. So all this bhayam, all this qualities, thinking, is only for the mind that the human has. So we are very special. Because of all these emotions and sensibilities and sensitivities and the indriyas, we create a world upon the world that God has given. That's why God does not see good or bad. There's no good and bad. Everything in God creation is there. If this world is Purnam, I remember, I think it was Swami Dayananda Saraswati, somebody was saying, I think Swami Dayananda Saraswati said very beautifully, because the world has got a lot of problems. These problems are what we see as a problem, but it is also part of the being a Paripurna. The God feels that is a way. That's the reason why I cannot commit suicide and thinking that I am unfit to this world. God needs me to fulfill this world to be a Paripurnam. My role is needed. When I am not needed, he takes away. So that means here the covering needs to be done on what I put due to adhyasam. See, you always go back to the same fundamental problem. Misconception, viparita jnanam, adhyasam. Adhyasam is the cause of dvaitam. Dvaitam is the cause of samsara. Dvaita nivatti is advaitam. Advaitam is moksham, which means jnanam is needed. So all that I keep repeating because you should have it in your mind. So what do I srishti? What do I create? You create so many things. I create so many things. Oh, I know this person is chatterbox. He's a thief. He is a greedy fellow. All that I create, not only because of my experience with the person. Somebody says that, it's quite difficult to make somebody believe somebody is a good person. If you go and tell somebody, hey, this Arvind is a fantastic fellow, supreme guy. You may listen, yeah, okay. You're not going to trust it. But if I tell you, this Arvind guy who came to my house, he stole something from your house. Next time Arvind comes to your house, you secure yourself. Why? Because it's quite easy for the mind to pick up things which are viparita jnana. It's not even your experience. So you create an image about this person in your mind. And what happens to that creation that you have? You deal with this because your lokam is what you create. You don't deal with my world. That's why in Adhyatmika Vishaya, here even Laukika Vishaya, I say, if I eat something and I say it is very sweet, How can I tell you that how sweet it is? Okay. You just agree. You eat something and say, oh, what you feel is sweet? Yeah, it is sweet. Okay. We agree on a sweetness as a concept of it. But exactly what sweetness you feel and I feel are very different. Our worlds are different. That's why there is no way in a emotional matter, spiritual matter, adhyatmic matter can be a debate. Because you deal with a different world. So that world is what I create. Why did I create? Because my ego. I thought I am the creator. I never thought I am such a sakshi. I am the one. Ahampavam comes in, ahamkaram comes in, which is needed for this Vyavakarika world. So here the insight of this mantra is, hey, you are creating a world and imposing upon the world that God creates for your own enjoyment. May you cover that world of yours. Give it away. The next line is so important. Tena tyaktena bunchita. Bunchita. Bunchita means, literally means nourish yourself, Bunch. Taktena bunchita. Bhagavan says, palayate. Protect yourself. Taktena means tyagam, sacrifice. By sacrificing, you enjoy or you protect. Again, you see contradiction there. Like Bhagavan Krishna, every time he says something, it's for normal mind, it's contradiction. In fact, I would say the whole Isavasya Upanishad, once you understand, it is what Bhagavad Gita is all about. Bhagavan took a great lecture on the first mantra to Arjuna. You will see how it is. That's why when you go after this and when you go back again to Gita and then you see the same lectures, same studies you do, you see a different revelation. That's the reason why all the Gita Bhashyams are running every day. You think, oh, it's the same thing. How many times you hear? Every time the teacher may say the same thing because he may not be progressing, but you will hear something different because you got something else. So here, Taktena Bunchita, by sacrifice, you enjoy. By giving away, how can I protect myself? Here, you protect yourself from the implications of what you have done. What have I done? I created a world. That creates a problem. The child doesn't really, now if you and I have enmity and you come to my house, I may have a long face. Should I invite you or not? But my child will not find anything. He'll come and hug you. Why? My world is different. He says, give it up. Give up that world. Tyagam is not, Tyagam means we normally think tossing a penny to a beggar. Or we say Tyagam. That's not a Tyagam. Or I am a multi-billionaire giving 100 pounds to a charity. That's not a Tyagam. Tyagam is something without which you cannot live. You give it away. That is Tyagam. And give it away without thinking that what I'm going to get in return. It is the Karma Yoga is a helping towards Tyagam. Tyagam is ultimate. Tyagi, Tyagame eva kaivalya. Hey, how can you say that? You say Jnanam eva kaivalya. Jnanam is always moksham. How can you Tyagam? Because Jnanam becomes Tyagam. How? What is that you cannot give up? My money, okay, I get a lot of money, I give it away. My house, my belongings, maybe I give away my Kanya Dhanam, I give away my daughter. Once she's gone, she's gone. Give it away. So one day my body also goes away. I don't give it away, somebody takes it away. See, when you give away, you give happiness, I tell you, donation, charity is very addictive, positively addictive. If you start giving, it gives you such a happiness to you. Like in a hot summer day, you just remove your shirt in your house. What happens? It's freedom. So develop the attitude of giving. Dhanam leads to Tyagam. Dhanam, at least you give them with the karma. Tyagam without expectation of it. But the most important thing that I cannot give up very easily, even if I want to do, I won't be able to give up, is my ego, myself. How can you? That's why we don't even do namaskaram to many people, because my ahankaram is toxic me. How can I lower myself? Live alone, giving myself. But here it says, no, give your jiva srishti because of jiva bhavam, your ajnana, your ahankaram, give it away. But give it away, you protect. The other insight is, protect what? Protect what you gain by this. You gain the Ishvara Jnanam, Isavasya, Atma Jnanam, you achieved. Please believe, everybody can achieve Atma Jnana, because it is our right, our privilege, our right, our duty to get it. You will get it. I will get it. Everybody will get it. Without even effort, it will come. But the capacity to hold on to it, to sustain it, that is where the problem is. So here it says, when you make money, it's called yogam, adhishtam yogam we say. But you have to protect it. Kshemam. Yoga kshemam means, when you ask yoga kshemam, are you making money? Are you protecting it? Are you being healthy? Or are you protecting your health? Are you being peaceful? Are you protecting peace? So whenever they ask yoga kshemam, they're asking two things. Are you getting and are you protecting? Because the protection is very important, because we deal Dvaita business. So here you can say, Kaktena Bunchita means, by giving this sacrifice, you protect yourself from the samsara, of course, that's a little protection. Also protect this jnana. How can I give it away, protect it? Because by giving it away, what remains with you is the jnanam alone. All the protection goes away. Now, if I do all that, what happened? I'm free. I'm free from what? Dukkham. Dukkham is samsaram. But dukkham comes from what? Sukha dukkham that I come and sukham also dukkham. Yeah, remember that. For our conversation, when I say anandam, you'll keep it as a unblemished happiness, okay? For the lack of words. Sukham is other side of dukkham. So sukha dukkham is grief. But sukha dukkham come from what? Raga dvesham. Raga dvesham. It's just simply desires. When do you get desires or raga dvesham? Would I ever get dvesham of my own child? No. I may get angry sometimes. I never have dvesham. That's because she's just me. But when you see things are different, this is raga dvesham. Now, if Isavasyam, Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Atma is me, Atma is inside me. So everything is me, myself. So there is no difference. I see divinity in all. Kaschi Vittana. Whose wealth is anyway? It's my wealth. You can take two ways. It's Ishvara's wealth. Therefore, I won't touch it. That morality you need to start with. As Ajnani, like you and I, we start with this. Oh, this is God's one. So we have a humility. But when you become a Jnani, it's all mine. But you can't go and take it. Okay. It's all mine, but the jiva has to. So all this vicharam doesn't need to happen, is mine or not. Why? If I don't have a desire, magridaha. Don't try to covet, don't try to take anybody else. So this is what we saw. Now the question is, all that sounds fantastic, but absolutely not possible for me to apply. I'm not arguing against this. I completely agree. Intellectually also I understand, but it's completely useless to me, because how can I not give up my perspectives in life? I meet bad people, I meet good people. My action have to modify to that accordingly. Internally, I may be a good person, I may not hate him, but I need to really protect my family from the bad people. I need to do things, I need to do actions. When I do action, I cannot go to office tomorrow and say, Aham Brahmasmi, I am not Raja, this is Sarva Brahma. they will sack me. So I need to do things differently. So I cannot, therefore, use this mantra. It doesn't need me. No. This gives you the lakshya. It makes you understand this is not me who is able to do it. So for who it is then? This is for the Jnana Yogi. Who is Jnana Yogi? We will see. But a simple definition is one who has got the Brahma Jnanam, Atma Jnanam, because he has given up the Jiva Bhavam, but he is not a Mukta yet. Why he is not a Mukta yet? Because the Jiva Bhavam is gone, but he may come back again. Maya is so powerful. And his prarabdha has not left him alone. So what he has to do? He has to be in that contemplation called Nididhyasana or Nishta all the time, seeking the liberation, mumukshu. So his path, his lifestyle is called Nivritti Marga. Simply here, Nivritti means give up the karma. Don't jump on it like Arjuna jumped. Just hold on it for a minute. So all the Vyakhyanam of Bhashyam, Shankara's Bhashyam is perfectly applicable to this fellow who is the Jnana Yogi, who is a Mumukshu, who is a Nivritti Marga. I don't tick any of the boxes. What do I have to do? But I like this. If you don't like this, if you don't know what to do, then I think you have no time for this Upanishad yet. I like all this. This is like going to Mount Everest. I can't be there today. I like to be there. What do I have to do? This is where the second mantra is going to come. Second mantra is going to say, well, 99.9% of the people are not the first mantra's applicant. But that is not impossible to do. You become a karma yogi. That comes in the second mantra. That's why these two mantras are called Sutra Buddha mantras. They are very cryptic, I only give a top of the surface, you don't have much time. Or I don't have that knowledge to give you more depth than this. But it elaborates. And Bhagavan Krishna elaborates this so much. So with the Isavasya Upanishad, if you go back and read Karma Yoga, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, you will see why Bhagavan did what he did. Otherwise, the Vyakhyanam, no matter which book you read, you will not be able to fix it. Now, we talked about Nivritti Margam, Sannyasam. It is important to understand, sannyasi, immediately a mind comes in, sorry to use this word, someone who was a scavenger, beggar-like, because we always see them, the beggars wear a kavi dress and ask for it. Or we think of Abhasha sannyasi, bogus sannyasis who try to make money. Or even a genuine one, we don't know how to, our understanding of sannyasam is very, very limited, right? I remember one great Mahatma, he's a sannyasi, he wear the kavi dress, but he took upon himself to teach others. So he go around taking classes and all that. So he's got a mobile phone, got a laptop. He's got a TVS 50 scooter, he goes around. Someone told him, look, you're a sannyasi, you shouldn't have all these things. How does he know? What is he doing? How does he know what a sannyasi means? If sannyasi means give up everything in the world and go into a cave and hide yourself, we don't want to know about that. There is a form of going away, but that is not. Like, imagine if that sannyasi asked back to the guy, okay, you are a grihastha, right? Have you done all these karmas? What will he say? So it is very difficult, very different, and it's a papam to make judgment on anybody. When a Shastrigal comes in a motorbike, very good. He's able to do more service to more people. It is the bhavana which is important. In what motive somebody is doing something, that's very important. Now, Bhava Grihati Janartana, when Bhagavan is said, Andaryami is there. So So we need to understand what is this sannyasa. So I want to say a few things about this so that you will understand both the first verse and second verse. Don't worry, I'm going a bit slow on this one, but I think if you understand the first two mantras, the rest we can just pass through very quickly. So dharma is the establishment for everything. Dharma pradishthavi. Dharma is the whole jagat. So when you talk about dharma, kama, moksha, when we give up all those, that's a different dharma. That dharma is for doing good deeds to go to paraloka prapti. Dharma is a very pregnant word, like jnana. Dharma is the revelation of satyam, rhythm, how things are, the regulation, the flow, the expression of Parabrahman. Dharma samvartini, Amba is God. So this is not a dharma, doing a big shot. No, it's not. It is that. The dharma controls everybody's life. Everything moves around dharma. It's the fundamental principles of it. But Bhagavan Shankara especially elaborates on this. To understand the mankind, the dharma is split into two parts. Pravritti margam and vritti margam. Vritti, you know what is vritti is? Growth. Margam is a path. Pravritti means growth upon growth upon growth. Vritti means no growth. So simply you can say pravritti is where whatever you do, it multiplies and things, most. Karmas, more karmas, more karmas, more karma balas. Nivritti is give up, give up, give up, give up. So tyagam is the nivritti. Karma is pravritti. So now you know it. Move from pravritti to nivritti, what do you have to do? From karma, you need to take tyagam. So this is one mantra there. Pravrittam cha, nivrittam cha, tvividam karma vedikam. See, they say karma, karma, karma. What is this karma? Is it I'm going to office? Is it a karma? I'm washing these clothes. Is it a karma? Karma means action, right? Yes, it's also karma. We touched upon before. Karma you need. Without karma, no jiva can be in the world. You always do some karmas. Karmas you need to get bhoktam, to enjoy anything. You need karma. So you need to create karma. Then when we talk about karma here in the Vedanta and Vedas, which karma we talk to? We talk to Vaidika karmas. It's not talking about your job. It's given that you will do the job rightly. But some of this thing which is said in the Vedic karma is the overlay of everything, applies to local karma. So it is not, Vedas are not workbook for how I do a good plumber. The goodness part, Vedas tell you. Plumbing part, you got to get the plumbing technical manual. What is the goodness part? That's what the Vedic karma tells you. You know, we talked about it before, Samanya karma, Vishesha karma, dharma, all the kind of stuff. Nishkamam jnanapurvam nivrittam. So if you do, see, whenever we do karma, what we do, we ask for something. Kamya karma. Then what is the Vedic? Why does Vedic? I'm not a Brahmin or something. I'm not born in the caste of Brahmin. So Vedic karma doesn't apply to me. No. Vedic karma means karmas dictated by Vedikas. That means there are rules to play for your own way of life. There are certain things that you need to do. Panchamahayagyam is giving things to reading Gita, Rishi's book, praying to God, worshipping the ancestors, feeding the animals and the birds, feeding the water. I do all the 5 every day, only then I eat myself. It has nothing to do with religion or varnas. Everybody's like this. But I do all the, why do I do all that? I do that because I want to have something to attain. Nothing wrong with this. The dharmartha kama, I need to do that. Therefore, I have a desire, ichcha. Without ichcha, I cannot do. Right? So please don't ever say that Vedas say don't have desire. Okay, now if you come to this satsanga class, you want to listen, there's a desire in you to listen. If you have no desire, you won't come. So for us, all desire is important. But desire on what makes a difference. Sat Vishaya Saram, Ichcha Shakti is needed. Rajo Tamo Vishya, Guna Vishaya's Ichcha, you should avoid it or reduce it slowly. So Ichcha is important. See, if somebody wants to be a sannyasi, giving up everything, there's a desire. Somebody is Mahatma Gandhi, was give up everything. Why? Because he has a desire to give up. And the desire may be a very superior motive. So Ichcha by this, otherwise you won't pray to God as Ichcha Shakti. Desire is such a bad thing. Why should it given a divinity? How do you apply Ichcha Shakti? So we have Ichcha as the main thing, but in the Pravritti Marga, Ichcha is driven by Shuga Prapti. I want to be happy. I want to acquire things. So Nivritti Marga is Dukkha Nivritti. I'm trying to make it simple to create some question in your mind. Well, when I am not feeling well, it's a dukkham. So somebody said, go and do this prayer to the God. I do the prayer. It's not pravritti. Yes, it's a pravritti. It's not dukkha nivritti is part of the pravritti marga. Yes, the sukha dukkha prapti is nivritti marga. But when you talk about nivritti margam, dukkham includes sukham also. This is samsara nivritti, I can say. I want to get rid of all this pava punya, sukha dukkha's. I want to be free. That desire leads to nivritti marga. As a pravritti marga, it's for the family people. We cannot have, I have a family, I have a wife and a children. After this class, I had to go do shopping, cleaning. What do I need to do? It's a duty. But when I do that, I apply certain principles so that it becomes like a karma yoga. So I have to do the duty. Nivritti marga, we call them sannyasi. No. That means he doesn't do anything? No. There is a karma for the sannyasi as well. It's not a karma sannyasi yet. Arjuna jumped. And Bhagavan said in chapter 2, sannyasi has no such things. And he said, why should I worry about all this knowledge? Let me become a sannyasi. I become a karma sannyasi. Karma sannyasi means give up the karmas. Bhagavan put a hit on his head and said, listen, karma sannyasa is not ready for you. You must do something else before. So sannyasis also have karmas, but their focus is nishkama karma, and they must do it. So karma had to be done, as long as there's a desire. Only when you have no desire, Bhagavan says in the 18th chapter, Sarvadharma Parityaj. Everything you have given up, when you have completely given up yourself, there's nothing else to do. Okay. But the Grahastham Sannyasam we heard in the Ashrama Dharma. Brahmachari, Grahastham, Vanaprastham, and Sannyasi. So that means Nivritti Margam is also applicable for me. Yes, it is. But it has to be cajoled, nurtured. You become a brahmachari first. You are a brahmachari. So you follow the brahmachari dharma. What you have to do. Then you get into the family life and execute the family life's karmas, including sasanga sambandham has to be there from day one. Veda vicharam should be there from day one. But you don't apply them to life directly because you build on those knowledge and you do what you need to do. Like when you're rehearsing a 100-meter dash and you may just run 20 meters and then you imagine another. So that you do in the early days, Grahastha. At some stage, we take a retirement age, you go down to Vanaprastha. Give up all those things. You have certain, so the karmas change. Brahmacharya karma change, Grahastha karma change, Vanaprastha karma change. Don't think of pujas or anything. It is the attitude. Everything you do, you have to do two things. What you do and how you do. Right action, right attitude. These two combination makes it, is it a karma or karma yoga? So before you go to karma yoga, first I must know, am I doing the right action? Brahmachari cannot do something. For example, cannot earn money or something. You should not do it. So all that you have to learn. And then Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha has got something to do. Then you get qualified to go to sannyasa. But there are few blessed ones who can go from brahmacharya to sannyasa. So we will not go there. So you can see these two markers are not two distinct one. They are two distinct when you look at it at a time frame, but one leads to the other. Pravritti leads to the nivritti by tyaga. Now, this ichcha is not only mine. Am I feeling guilty about that? No. The Brahmadeva was created by Paramatma. He had an ichcha. He came and said, he's a Brahma Jnani because he's Paramatma Swarupam. But he's got an embodiment. Mithyatvam has come. Then he said, oh, he was panicking. I need to have some fun. Ichcha. So he he recognized within him the femininity part of it. Like, like if you do the bijam of beans leaf, if you look at a bean seed, if you open it, or a peanut, for example, if you open up, there's two parts. One is a feminine part, and there is a male part. So it is that in everything. In a Sukshma Bhava, Brahma realized the feminine part of Ichcha, and he wanted company of that. That is Jnana Swarupi. Then he applied and created. The moment you do that, and you create a bhava for yourself, you become a Dvaitam. So he created a Dvaitam. That's one of the reasons why sometimes Brahma doesn't have sannidhis in temples, because he creates Dvaitam. People are angry at him. But we worship him because he is the one who gives you the liberty from. So he created, it's so said in the Puranas. I bring Puranas only to give you an illustration of it. He created 101 putras, Vasishta, Marisha, kind of saints, and told them, you create the Manushas and the world to live in a Dvaita Bhava. All Grihasthas, Vasishta is a Grihastha. So all these great rishis of Grihasthas, they are not sannyasis, but they are jnanis. So you understand, you don't need to be a sannyasi to be a jnani. Sannyasam gives you the path. See, nyasam, literal meaning is pure, unblemished. Cleansing. If you use a verb, it's a cleansing. Karanyasam, anganyasam means I just bhavana, let my head be cleansed, my heart be cleansed. So you do all this thing. Cleansing. Sannyasam means complete cleansing. Now, what is cleansing is cleaning that is not the natural part of you. So the jiva bhava is not a natural part. So if you clean away everything and I stand myself as an atma, I am a sannyasi. That is the ultimate goal. So here he created this ichcha. Therefore, we are born in this way. For now, when a boy gets tempted to look at a girl, and when a teenage and vice versa, it is natural because this ichcha is indwelling, is instrument. So what Sri Bhavam is a Mahonada Bhavam because it is a Bhumika. Bhuma Vidya. So that's why women three are considered to be Maya Shakti, Parashakti. So she bears the rasam of the masculinity and produce lineage. So Brahma said, you create lineage. Let that is pravritti. They produce. Why? To sustain dharma. So it is natural. And also, if you produce that, then what happens? You need an instrument, the jivas who goes to die and comes back to the earth, and they need to take another shape. And if they have another janam, they need to come into the body of a man and go into the body of a woman, and then they become a children. And they are impulsive. They want to see embodiment. That's why you get this kind of emotions and all this come through. So all this is natural. So we don't need to go there, but I was saying the Dvaita Vicharam there is a reason for everything. And there's no need to feel guilty about these desires. We need to really move away from this, because Brahma realized my icha for this lineage and all that is create a Dvaitam. My icha is to become one with the Paramatma. Therefore, I need Advaitam. So how do I am going to impart the Advaita Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam to this Jivarasis which I create, so that they can come back to the Mukti. Therefore, in his Manasa Putra, he created this Sanakadis. So in there, in the Guru Rishi Parampara, whom they come through are the Jnanis, Rishis. And there, sannyasam becomes the essential gateway to get mukti. And therefore, the grihasthas need to have sannyasa as a pathway. Therefore, sannyasa dharma has come into the grihasthashramam. You understand? I elaborate because you have to appreciate the importance of this. So, what drives the grihastha? Like Brahma did. When do you call somebody a grihastha? A brahmachari is a grihastha? Because he marries somebody. Jaya means the wife, the spouse. Ishana means desire. Jayeshana means desire for a spouse. So there's a desire. Why he desires for the spouse? Of course, for fun and all that is thing, but real driver is that without, like Brahma, without my partner, I cannot have a lineage. Therefore, putreshana. Ishana for desire for putra. Okay. Putra, putri, all the same thing. Okay. Those days they call putra. Putra Ishana is given prominence because putris are given as in a kanyadanam to carry the lineage of somebody else. Therefore, there is a kind of a selfish desire to the man. Let me have a putra so that he can take my lineage. But there's no taradamya. There's no higher, lower thing. So don't go with that. Children, desire for children. Therefore, the spouse, although is an important partner, but there is a motive to drive, because without a spouse, I can't get lineage. But once I have this one, that's not good enough to sustain it. I need vitteshana, dhaneshana. Vittam means wealth. Dhanam means wealth. I need wealth. Okay. So there is absolutely no guilt of desire for these things, for a grihastha. But why do you need these things? Because this is where the Vaidika karma comes in. See, if today's world, what we do, in these days, you tell somebody else, have you ever thought of the paralogam? After death, you want to go to Swarga? You'll say, I'm not interested, sir. I just want to live a peaceful life. It looks okay, compromise, but it is either because of ignorance, if put it mildly, or stupidity, if put it a little bit aggressively, or lack of understanding of it. Even if you go, if you bring in this is where Vaidika Karma comes in. Vaidika Karma tells you, look, you do things not just for this Janma, because action that you do may not mature, give you fruition this much Janma. So you need to come back. But do you come back to the same place? No, sometimes we say, I love my wife, my family. In a romantic mood, you say, I want to be your husband or a wife forever. Or I want to be born to you all the time. That's all nice, emotionally nice. What's the point of coming back to do the same thing again and again and again? Then you're not progressing. So emotions are fine, but sensibility should bring you. The Dambatyam is to make each one to progress. Suppose I meet somebody in the train journey, we become very good friends, and I realize that where the person wants to go, the person wants to go to this place, then I tell them, look, I'm going far away, you get off here, but you take this way, please go very well, safely. So I see them off with a good will. Same way, we have to really teach, learn from husband to wife in the dharmas, Let's elevate ourselves. Let's move to the next janma. Now, to do this, you need to do karmas. Where do I going to be born? I'm going to be born in some other world. There's no depth of, no lack of imagination in our Puranas. It's a lot of logas given you that. Location. Hey, next time you can born in a place where it is full of richness. It's called Indraloka, Swargaloka. Yes, I want to be there. Or I want to be born in America, this place. Whatever you want to see. But to do that, you got to do karma. So these 5 desires are intervened. Jayeshna, Putreshna, Taneshna, Lokeshna, Karmeshna. But if you look at it seriously, Karmeshna is the driving one. Vedas, to make sure that you have these desires in a rightful way, Vedas put some nuances. What are the nuances? Karmas you can only do when you have patnis, dharma patnis. Imagine the brahmacharis can do this. So all the boys go and then do it. And there is no pravritti. Family life won't be there. Society will be decoy. They say, no. You must have a dharma patni. You need a spouse to do certain karmas. Certain karmas, you need putras. Well, if you do the karmas, you satisfy the devas, the gods of the nature who feeds you. So you need to do dravyam. You need to, when you do the Maharudram, you need money, Daneshana. So you see, therefore the karma becomes a vehicle to earn money, earn the right, so that I can achieve new worlds. What kind of worlds you can achieve? Which all this icha, I can achieve. It's called a stula karma because you do it all openly. Achieve 3 things. Bhur, Bhuva, Suva. Bhur means this world. I am born in this poor family. My father and mother are very good people, but they become very impoverished. I want to be born to them again, but this time in a good, with rich parents. They must be rich. And if this desire is propelling you, and you do karmas, and if your punya is good enough, you will achieve the same thing. You'll be born back to them, or at least as a pet in their family. Don't know, depending on your karmas in this world. These days, nobody even look for heavenly benefit, Even the Sastrigal comes and do the thing, and dhanam, dhanyam, pashiputyadi, all this thing, this world, when do you hear actually, unless that you go to some real places, that they will give you Swarga Prapti, Satyaloka Prapti, just to know. In this world, you live very happily, have lots of children, lots of things. So our tendency also become, I'm happy with this. I keep on to come there. Maybe next time it's a Bill Gates, but with a big family and children, something like that. So our ambition become very limited. But you can achieve it by karma. Or I can achieve the Swarga. Swa, it's a Vyagurti is called Swargaloka. I can achieve it. But there's in between called Bhuvarloka. It's a Pitarloka. If I have done well, I can achieve the Pitarloka. Pitarloka is a loka where you are almost qualified to enter the Swarga, but you're still not there. But you have given up all this. You have time to rest, and you can take the next embodiment. And that will be helped by all these Pitartarpanams that your children and lineage do in this world. But if you have not even done worthy of it, you won't even go to Bhuvarloka. You'll be just wandering in Andhakara. Before you fall into Bhurloka, or even below, there are 7, 8. I don't want to frighten you all this, but these are all the things to narrate you to go in the right way. So, legitimate that I can have this desire. Legitimate, I want to achieve this Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. This Vyagratis that you do, in Gayatri Mantra, we say this thing. It's called Vyagratis or the manifestations. Vyagrati means walk. Say. Because Brahma said, let there be Bhur-Bhuva-Swa. And there was Bhur-Bhuva-Swa. The world. That means you will see this world. You will be there. There is a world, you will live there. But you can go there by doing karmas, by the karmas. But if you do sukshma karma, so now I'm moving away from this. What happened? I don't have money. I don't have children. No, we got married, but we don't have a child. Or my wife is not interested. I'm alone doing, or my husband is not interested. I'm alone there doing this. What can I do? Or I achieved the stula karma. I can now understand the importance of mind over the matter. What's the point of doing breaking 108 coconuts? Your mind is not in this. I sit there and do upasana. So upasana comes after karma. For those who are qualified to do it, it's called a sukshma karma. But what can I achieve by doing upasanas? Well, you can achieve even higher world. Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satya. I will not go into details of those things. They're all Puranic depictions of it. A different scale, different atmosphere, ambience exist. You would have embodiments in those worlds if you do upasanas. So a karma yogi attains this Bhur Swaha. A upasana yogi, a tapasvi, can attain Maha, Jana, Tapa up to Satya Loka or Brahma Loka. That means he's getting a better enrichment. Yes. Pravritti mark. It's interesting. Why can't I be in this? Yes, you can be in this. But unfortunately, all these worlds have got a termination point, a temporal status. It'll drop you down. Drop you down? Yes. You'll come down to where you started, no longer. Then what do? Start all over again. So this is called a cycle of birth and death, samsara. So all this karma, upasana, is not going to really make me a mumukshu. Bhagavan says in the 6th chapter, Arurushor Muner Yogam Karma Karana Uchide. Yoga Rudasya Dasaiva Samaha Karana Uchide. See, everything you can see, Gita is an elaboration of Upanishad. Arurushor, if you are a beginner of this sadhaka, Karma Karanam Uchide. Karma Karanam is karmam is what you have to do. Yoga Arudasya. Once you achieve karma yoga, that means whatever you can achieve through karma yoga is samam, samadhanam. You can take upasana. Chitta Shuddhi has to attain by karma yoga. So there is a path. So Pravritti Marga, by starting with karma yoga, it takes you slowly to Nivritti Marga. What the Nivritti Marga does? Karmam, upasanam. What's the third part of scriptures? Jnanam. What is this jnanam? Isavasyam idam sarvam. So this is what you have to do. I take 10 minutes and then I stop it. In the Nivritti Marga, sannyas, let's just go back quickly on the sannyasas. You know the meaning of sannyasa, the word sannyasa. Now you look at the embodiment of it, how they react in this world. There is something called a paramarthika sannyasa. Paramarthika means absolute truth, absolute reality, absolute sannyasa. For them, there is no definition, there is no law, nothing. You cannot bind them with anything because they are in always, they are given past the nididhyasana. They are in the Brahma Swarupam. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. Like that. Isavasya Upanishad. Paramarthika. You cannot ask them, hey, you're not wearing that, you're not holding that dandam. You're not doing the upasana. You're not teaching me. You're not having a student. You don't have an ashram. You don't write books. You don't talk. Nothing works. They are Jiva Brahmas, Jiva Muktas, Paramarthika sannyas. So let's not even call them sannyasam, Paramarthikas. But in the definition, it is a Paramarthika. Jnana sannyas, we can say. The lower form of reality is Vyavakarika, our traditional transactional world. Dvaitam is there, our world. Here the sannyasis are in the ashrama part. They have an ashram. Ashram means a method by which they take sannyas. You know, before Bhagavad Pada's period, the sannyasa kramam was not as it was before. You know, there, for example, Gaudapata, Govinda Bhagavad, they are the gurus of, Parama gurus of Bhagavan Shankara. There is no name changes. They were in the Grahastha. Vyasa was a Grahastha. But Bhagavan Shankara only created a particular path to help us in Kali Yuga. It's called Darsana Sannyasam, not different, much different names and different paths. He did all that with ashramas. In the ashrama sannyasa, we see two parts. Vividha sannyasa, Vividisha sannyasa, or Vidya sannyasa. Sometimes you see someone is running in Kashi because what happened? No, got divorced with the wife, or children are not abusing them. The world is hating them, or he is hating the world. Virakti. They're called Viraktas. So he has come to the point that this world, I don't like it. I want something else. He doesn't know what he wants, but he doesn't like the world. Tektena. So for them, they find a guru. What the guru will do, you will not going to give him a diksha. He will say, okay, you can wear a kavi dress if you want to, but that's not important. You do karma. Then you will say, look, I just came out of the karma. I don't like the karmas. Now you come back and do it. I said, no. You did not do karma in the right way. Now you do the karma. Oh, I was an insurance broker. Do I have to go back and do the same karma? No, no, no. You've given up all this. Now you do the karma of washing my clothes, cleaning up this ashram, feeding, cooking for others. They make you do things in the ashram. You look very, if you're not mature, if you're not really having a vairagyam, it'll hurt you. When somebody comes and learns and the guru is not calling me, he asked me to go and wash it. Like Todakacharya was just going out every day, washing clothes of Shankara. He was never in the class of Bhagavan Shankara. Shankara imparted to him the jnana by Anupati. The reason he does it, because you do the karma one after the other, so that you can move into karma yoga. What is karma to karma yoga? You remember we discussed it before. Very simple change. You always have to be right. To do the right thing, you must know the knowledge. So if I have to go this way, but if I go this way, I'm not doing the right thing. Choosing the right karma, karya is important. So right karma is essential for the karma yoga. That you learn from your path of your style of life, your job and everything. Right attitude is the second part of karma yoga. What's the right attitude? Right attitude is, this job is right. This is either because it's a kamya karma, or it can be a vidita karma. It's imposed on me as a duty. This is not durkarma, nishiddha karma, not a bad thing. So I know I have the adhikaram for it because I'm qualified to do it. I can choose to do it today, tomorrow. I can choose the time. But the moment I do the action is, while doing and completing the action, I have done my job. The outcome of the action is not in my hand. Nothing in our hand. You are a very good expert in making sambar. You've done it so many times, and today it comes more hot, more salty. What happened? Don't know. Maybe the atmosphere was pouring so much of moisture in it became diluted. I don't know. There's always a change. Everybody wants to win a lottery ticket. Only one wins. God cannot give it to everybody everything else. He apportions it. He may win at 10 pounds today for your punya. Arjuna put this bana to Karnan. He cannot pierce his heart. He went away. Because Dharmadevata came as a wind and pushed it aside. So Bhagavan intervenes in giving the results to maintain dharma. Therefore, what is coming back to me as the karma palam is Ishvara Prasada. Therefore, I must have the Ishvara Prasada Buddhi, I must have. Ishvara Arpanam. Prasada Buddhi is important. Then only even a diabetic person, when he gets a Tirupati Laddu, he may not eat it, but he will take it to his eyes. Oh, thank you so much. It is at least not discarded like a normal Laddu, because Ishvara Prasad. Imagine every result of your action or of your inaction comes to you and it is treated by you as a Ishvara Prasad. Would you comply? Bring it on. More I get, more I had time to think about Ishvara Prasad, much better. This headache today, Ishvara Prasad. I may take a tablet, but I won't regret. I won't make a saga about it. Karma Palatyagam. So when you do a Karma Palatyagam, you are doing Karma Yoga. When you attain Karma Yoga, you get freedom. That's called Chitta Shuddhi. You have a clean mind. So when you attain the clean mind, many things happen. Believe me, many things happen. That's the reason why, when you play Monopoly with your children or grandchildren, the children are crying because they lost their bank balance and you are laughing. You are losing a bank balance too. But it's a play. Detached. Your mind is pure. No envy on anybody else. Chitta Shuddhi start giving you liberation. When you get in Chitta Shuddhi, you will also see the karmas are reducing in size. You would not now, if you do this, if it's a Daivika karma, you do the puja, every Friday this temple, Tuesday this temple, Monday this Sahasranamam, Tuesday Vishnu Sahasranamam, one day all the Sahasranamam together in a like a rocket speed without even understanding it. All that will reduce because I just do the karma to fill the time with the Ishvara Chintana. I just take Vishnu Sahasranam only today. 45 minutes I recite it slowly. Today is finished. Everything you start, so karma is going away from you. Depth increases, the diversity reduces. You may not go to all the temples after that. Yeah, I go on sometime, but it's fine. And you start enjoying Tyagam. So you will do more seva. Suddenly you start giving, Annadana, Jnanadana. No, like people like Balaji spent every week teaching lectures. What does he get? Nothing. No need. Giving away. Your mind get pure. If you expect, I want credit, I want excellent, sir. No, then I'm doing karmic. So attain that. Now, when you do all this, you will attain the Guru. Guru Upasadanam. Guru Prapti happens. You have a lot of teachers come through, but once you are with this, a Guru is going to appear in front of you. You'll be forced to find a Guru. And what does a Guru say? Karma is enough. You do Upasana. You have to now attain sadhana, chatushtaya, sampatti, sampanna. Sada, samadhanam, shanti, diksha. For that, your mind has to be focused. So I'm going to give you have been in Ishtadev, I've been Akilandeshwari, for example, then I'll give you Shakti Vasana or Krishna Vasana. Some Upasana margam, but do it in a sukshma, in a mind. Because you can do dhyanam only when your mind is pure. Without doing, that's the reason why Tirunavukar's Rappar, who was a great scholar, saint, he stopped going into the inside the temple. He started doing called Uravara Tirupani, taking his axe and start cutting the grass in the temple, cleaning it up. Never go inside. So that people can follow him. Everybody can do karma seva. When you go to Gurudwara, I have not been there yet. I heard about it. I want to go. There you do this seva. Seva is such important thing. It pures the mind. Once you pure your mind, you don't even ask, today we go to the temple and say, do a 1 rupee, 1 pound archana, you give a 1 minute, 10 minute nakshatra, gotra of your wife, son, son-in-law, mother-in-law, grandfather. Why? How can you pray for this temporal body? Swaminam ke. Swaminam. See, it's all minor adjustment, but it is all giving you away the Ikaloka Prapti and Paraloka Prapti. See, whenever you do an action, is it a Pravritti Margam or Nivritti Margam, can be tested by your questioning. Why am I doing this? Am I doing it because I want to attain something in this world or other world? That means Pravritti Margam. No, I'm doing it because it frees my mind. Nivritti Margam. So you don't need to be a sannyasi to get Nivritti Margam. You can start developing this. So, for example, I'll suggest you, as I normally like to suggest you, workshops like this, when you start doing things today onwards, every time you do an action, because we never think of an action. We never have time to think of action. We do action. We plan action and we do action. Never think of what you're doing it. Because when you're doing what you're doing it, you do better. When you drive and you know you're driving, your visual cortex changes, your perception changes. You just drive naturally because you say, I'm a good driver. Your mind is somewhere else. You always live in the next second, next 10 minutes. So is this karyam I'm doing right now, is it pravritti or nivritti? What's the test? Am I doing it for my own self-benefit in this world or elsewhere? No, parobhakar, it's nivritti. Then if you go and teach somebody, a poor child, you're doing nivritti work. That karyam, karmam is important. So for that, upasana helps. So the virakti, the sannyasi who ran away from the family, when he goes to the ashram, to the guru will give him a dress to wear. He may still carry this shika and everything, but he will do only this karma yogam. At some stage, he will upasana yogam. So he is still not a jnani. So to do that, if he is wearing a thing and going on a bicycle, doesn't matter, because he is sadhaka like me. But can I do all this at home? Yes, you can do. But when I do that, you come to a stage where it becomes Vidvat Sannyas. So here what you do, you take Shravanam and Mananam and Nididhyasana. So I'll stop it here now. Next class we will see this one. And then we'll get into the second chapter, because my timeline is this bit extended, but it's worth it. We'll do the Shanti Padam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnavadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om Tatsat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raja. Thank you, Balaji.
Thank you very much.